The Dokkan Worldwide celebration is less than a month away. Now, I know that sounds crazy to global players, which is like 90+% of you, because we are, as the filming of this, still in the 7th anniversary. So how is it possible that we're about to get 2 brand new hype characters followed by more hype characters? It's just like, what? But yes, Worldwide should be happening at the end of August. The rough placeholder date for those curious is around August 28th. That's typically when we start seeing the units release. And while there have been some leaks, potential leaks, I think it's still anybody's ball game as to what it could be this year. And one reason that people absolutely love this celebration, sometimes even more than the anniversary, is because this is where Dokkan likes to insert an extreme Dokkan Festival unit, something they haven't done for the anniversary since the first anniversary where we got Intelligence Janemba. Every time after that, it's been dual super type units. So Worldwide, the Million Download celebration, whichever one you want to call it, has sort of become their placeholder to introduce a massive Dokkan Fest extreme type unit. And let's show the proof in the pudding. Did I really just say that? I did. Who cares? As to why you should expect an extreme DFE coming up soon. Of course, also alongside a super DFE. DFE meaning Dokkan Fest exclusive. I've seen some of you ask me about that. That's what it means. Back in 2017, that's when we got the tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the physical Omega Shenron. Then fast forward to 2018, that one, still one of my personal favorites, was when we got the transforming AGL Super Saiyan Goku and the transforming tech Frieza, which was followed by LR Goku and Frieza, and that's still one of my favorite units in this game, dude. If some of y'all want a new LR Goku and Frieza, I feel like they've really honed in on the animation style these days, and to see that moment reanimated. Then in 2019, we got AGL Gohan Super Saiyan 1. It's weird they didn't let him transform to Super Saiyan 2, but it is what it is. And the Intelligence Perfect Cell. And in 2020, we got the SDR Goku and Vegeta that fused into Vegito, as well as the physical Bootings that transformed into Buhan. And then last year in 2021 was the Namek Saga theme with the Intelligent Super Saiyan Goku and the AGL Full Power Frieza. So you should absolutely expect a very hype extreme Dokkan Fest exclusive very soon in this game. Now, there have been some themes in past years for the Dokkan Fest exclusive that releases right before the Worldwide on the JP side of the game. If we go all the way back to 2017, this one didn't really, so this one goes against the grain. But the Dokkan Fest that released right before Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega Shenron was the Super Saiyan 3 Broly. He was the last Dokkan Fest to release before we had the dual Dokkan Fest with Gogeta and Omega. And for the technicalities, actually the AGL Caulifla and Physical Kel was like the last like big release, because that was back when they did some like random releases that weren't just exclusively DFEs or LRs. And also, fun fact, that banner with Caulifla and Kel is how I pulled my LR Goku Black. So anyways, then in 2019, the physical Dokkan Fest exclusive Piccolo released right before that Million Download celebration with Cell and Gohan. And that Piccolo is specifically the one from the Cell Saga. So that fit the theme as well. In 2020, we had the Tech Ultimate Gohan, which of course fit the theme with Vegito and Buhan just perfectly. Then in 2021, it's a bit of a stretch because Super Vegeta fits into the Super Saiyan category that Intelligence Namek Goku is a leader for, but he doesn't fit the theme in the way that the previous 3 years did. So it definitely is a bit of a stretch for sure. He definitely led them. Like the Vegeta leads the Pure Saiyans, the Part 2 LR with the Intelligence Vegeta that had the revival into Goku, and of course the Namek Super Saiyan Goku. Like that Vegeta specifically led them, and then Intelligence Goku obviously led Super Vegeta. So that one is a bit of a more of a stretch. So now we're here in 2022 with a Tech Pan, and there have been rumors, I think it's a stretch to call them leaks, but definitely rumors that this year we're getting a Super Saiyan 4 Goku and a baby. Now, I do think this feels a little weird. Not nearly as weird as you having not hit that like button and subscribing yet, because we're trying to hit 1 million this year. Why haven't you done it? But the fact that we now have this pan, it was GT themed, and then we're going into this massive celebration where we typically get an extreme Dokkan Fest and a super Dokkan Fest. Baby and Super Saiyan 4 Goku fit really well. Now, if you haven't been paying attention to this pan, she has a ton of unit super attacks, and one of those requires a GT Goku. Now, this isn't fulfilled by a Super Saiyan 4 Goku. You specifically need one of the GT SSJ3s or just a GT Goku that isn't SSJ4. So they could, something they've not done yet, is give us a GT Goku that actually transforms into Super Saiyan 4. We had the one from last year that did the active ability, part of Golden Week, but that's not quite the same as actually having a proper in-game transformation into Super Saiyan 4. That's kind of sort of what I would say is the last thing that we're missing that they could do with a GT Goku. There's not that much reference material. We've pretty much seen it all. Now, the part that does feel weird to me is that we literally just got a GT SSJ4 Goku, right? While it is a Gogeta unit after they transform, the initial unit is a Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So for global players, where that is literally a banner still live in the game, to then have that end and like 20 days later have a new SSJ4 Goku, even transforming, something about that just feels off to me personally. But also, we haven't had a GT theme for the worldwide literally since 2017. So it does feel like that could be the next step. I'm sorry, I feel obligated to say this now. And they step into the Grand Tour. I don't, oh God. Don't leave. Stay on the video, don't leave. Now, I want to add a small twist to the predictions here. Let me know, who do you think is going to be worldwide? Like, we're less than 30 days away. Who do you think it is? But last year, for New Year's, we got Pikkon and Janemba, okay? Then for Tanabata, we got Gogeta and Janemba again. So this year, a lot of us were thinking, because for New Year's, we got Goku and Kid Buu, that for Tanabata, we would probably get an actual proper LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because the only Super Saiyan 3 Goku in the game that's an LR is specifically from Wrath of the Dragon. We don't have one from the, I would argue, maybe most iconic moment from the series. Like, it's Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time on Namek. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is like right up here with that. When you talk to someone and you ask like a very normie Dragon Ball fan what's their favorite moment, like Super Saiyan 3 is way up there. So they are sitting on a gold mine of a unit, which is literally only represented properly by the intelligent Super Saiyan 3 Goku in the game, which does have an in-game transformation. That's from 2019. Yes, I know that sounds crazy. That unit is 3 years old. Bro, we're getting old. Anyways, that's not an LR in the game. So we now have a Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the end of Z fighting Kid Buu, but we don't have one specifically from the moment where he turned Super Saiyan 3 for the first time for Majin Buu and Babidi. We're also missing a ton of newly animated content, the way they sort of do the animations now, from specifically Majin Buu. Like, Majin Buu doesn't have like a real proper card. Like, there's the Buu and Babidi, there's the transforming tech Buu from a few years ago. As far as just like a true LR Majin Buu that does some of the really cool stuff that he does in the series, we don't have that either. So since Tanabata this year was actually future themed and didn't follow the sort of theme that we noticed from the end of 2020 into 2021's Tanabata, both of those being Gogeta movie themed. This year we went from being Majin Buu Saga themed to future. It wouldn't surprise me if worldwide actually brings us back to the Buu Saga, because there's still plenty of content that we haven't got from the Buu Saga specifically. There's plenty of scenes from the anime as well as from games that they just haven't utilized yet. And again, Super Saiyan 3 is super iconic and just not in the game. You know what else is super iconic, at least to me and everyone that's watched me for 5 years? Remember when I was called Nanogenix and couldn't pull an LR? Yeah, I brought this design back, and it's not available for much longer because there's literally like only a third of them left. I made 1,000 of these. They're over half gone. You only have a little bit of time left to pick up a hat, a shirt, or a hoodie from this drop. And when you pick up one of those, you get a poster for free that has been signed by me. And the added layer, 50 of those 1,000 are signed in gold and include a Chase style sticker. That's 5% rates. Yes, I gotcha-fied this drop. That is almost done, because the second we sell out of the posters, the drop is over. You won't be able to buy that hat, that shirt, or that hoodie ever again, because it is to commemorate 5 years of Nano LRGenix, where I pulled my first ever proper LR in a dual summon with Rhyme. So go to Shop Nanogenix or click the link down below before they run out. They will not last much longer. So you wanted to try your chance at getting one of the super rare posters, or you do just in general want a poster signed by me and merch commemorating that insane moment, click the link, go get some before they're gone. So those two are my main candidates. Like, I think it could be Buu Saga themed again, and I do think it could be GT themed, but there's a couple more that are very deserving and very fitting, and I feel as though would require an extreme slot. Not to say they couldn't do extreme for the anniversary, because they could always bring that back. Things could be totally unorthodox. But something we haven't got yet, and I still can't believe I'm about to say this, is an LR Dbs Broly. Now stop. Don't tell me about the Chilai Limo Broly one. That's not the same. There is not a proper LR representing this moment in the game at all. We are coming up on 4 years years of this movie being out, and they haven't made an LR for that moment. They are sitting on that, waiting for the right moment. This could be it. So if they could go as far as to release another Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who actually is properly represented in the 7th anniversary, like he's not just, here's an active skill really quick. He's actually a unit that you can use. Then why couldn't they release another Gogeta? Because Gogeta Blue is only an active skill from Goku and Vegeta. He's not actually a true character you get to use. And something that we don't have in this game yet is an actual base blue Gogeta. He's not a thing. Active skill for the tech Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta. Transformation for the year 5 unit. Transformation for the original AGL Gogeta that released back in 2018. So they're absolutely sitting on an LR Gogeta as well. So I do think that that is a fitting one too. And if that they could do a Super Saiyan 4 Goku this soon after them just releasing one, then they could absolutely do another Gogeta this soon after releasing that. Sooner than later, a DBS Broly related celebration will be happening that is purely DBS Broly and Gogeta themed. And lastly, 2 final things, the smallest of possibilities of it being superhero themed, which I'm sure some of you have already commented about. Definitely one of the more interesting times for us to be going into a worldwide. We haven't had the anime in over 4 years. Broly's coming up on being 4 years old as well. This is the first true new animated Dragon Ball that's not Heroes that we've had in forever. And that's releasing worldwide starting here in just a couple of weeks. Due to the fact that it isn't releasing totally worldwide in August, it will still be rolling out through September. That is even a possibility because they're still being so secretive with this film. But I wouldn't 100% write it off. So we could be seeing superhero unit. It'll be coming sooner than later. I just don't know if it's coming as soon as worldwide. And then my last thing, because he hasn't been around in a long time, and Gogeta's been getting a lot of love since the last time he was here, which was 2020 worldwide celebration, is Vegito. We've not had a Vegito in a long time, and specifically we've not had a Vegito Blue since year 5 anniversary, especially after just doing a future themed Tanabata with Trunks and Vegeta and Zamasu, but not actually like Berserk Zamasu, like he doesn't go into his crazy morphed out sort of version. So I definitely think they're obviously still sitting on a Zamasu that they could do as an LR, as well as obviously an LR Vegito Blue. All these things I'm throwing out there, they also need to be able to bring up 2 TOP LRs to fit the theme, which I think they'd be a little dry for content on with Baby and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. They would be really like grabbing at straws for content to build out 2 TOP LRs that are centered around the sort of Baby saga. It would be very interesting to see what they would do with TOP LRs with a Baby and Super Saiyan 4 Goku themed worldwide celebration. But with Broly, there's still stuff they could do. With Majin Buu Saga, there's still stuff they could do. With Superhero, there's tons of stuff they can do. With Future, there's still things they could technically do. If you start introducing and thinking back to what they did with the Tech LR Goku and Gohan, where they did sort of a Dokkan original, there's a lot of stuff they could do, and then it becomes very unpredictable. So when you take all those things into account, I really think the possibility of it being one of the things we mentioned here today is very high. But if I didn't mention it, I'd love to hear from you down below what you think it might be, or if you think I'm spot on with something I mentioned here today. But that's enough for me. Y'all have a great day. Keep on keeping on. See you on the next one. Bye.